A poor little kitty cat lived with his darling wife in a small house by the lake. They had been dating for a long time before they got married and couldn't wait to start a family and live the rest of their lives together. But sadly, that never happened because after the wedding, the wife did not want to have anything to do with him anymore. One day, the kitty cat came home from work and found his wife crying in their bedroom. "My dear," he asked, "why are you crying?" She just shook her head, turned away from him, and said, "Nothing. It's nothing. Just go to work." He didn't know what to do, so he just left the house and went to work. He tried to forget about the situation and focus on his job, but all he could think about was his wife and why she was crying. He came back home every day hoping that she would talk to him, but she just ignored him and eventually kicked him out of their home. He was so confused and hurt. He didn't know what he had done wrong. All he wanted was to make her happy. He sat outside the window watching them eat dinner together. He meowed sadly and walked away. The wife saw him and felt bad, but she still pretended like everything was fine between them. She acted like she didn't see him. One day he couldn't take it anymore and decided to confront her. "Why are you treating me this way? Did I do something wrong? Tell me, and I will change it," he pleaded with her. But she just looked at him and said, "You're too weak, too skinny. I need a strong man by my side, not a skinny little worm." And with that, she walked away from him. The cat was devastated when he heard those words. He never thought that his weight would be a problem for her, but he knew that she was right. He was overweight, and it was time for him to do something about it. So the very next day, he joined the gym and started working out. He ate healthy food, drank lots of water, and exercised every single day. After a few months, he was looking so good that even his wife noticed a change. But she still pretended like she didn't care about him. He started to feel depressed again and almost gave up on everything until one day while walking on the street, he saw a poster that said, "Be your own boss. Start your own business today." Something inside of him clicked and he knew that he needed to take control of his life and stop relying on anyone else. He started to study business and learn how to make money online. He worked hard and smart, and within a year, he was making more money than he ever did before. He was finally living the life that he always wanted for himself. He bought a beautiful house in the suburbs and a fast car. He was finally happy with himself, but he knew that there were still many people out there who needed his help. He started a foundation to help animals in need and also opened a free gym for people who couldn't afford one. He became successful and famous and everyone loved him, but his wife still didn't care. She saw him on TV and thought to herself, "Wow, I can't believe that I rejected such a great guy. I wish I could go back in time and do things differently." She tried to contact him, but he ignored her calls and messages. One day, she saw him on TV again. This time, he was talking about his new girlfriend. She was beautiful, and they seemed very happy together. The wife felt jealous and realized that she had made a big mistake. She took the first flight to his city and went to his house. She knocked on the door, and when he opened it, she said, "I know that you don't want to see me, but I couldn't help myself. I just had to tell you that I am sorry for everything I said and did. I know that I was wrong, and I miss you so much." He looked at her for a moment without saying a word. Then he shook his head and said, "No, you don't understand. I don't want to be with you anymore. You broke my heart, and I never forgot about it. I am sorry that you feel sorry for me, but it is too late. I have moved on, and I am happy with my new girlfriend. Please leave now." The wife was heartbroken. She didn't mean to hurt him. She just wanted to help. But now it was too late. She went back home and cried herself to sleep. In her dreams, she saw the cat and asked him for another chance. But he just shook his head and said, "No, it's over." She woke up in the morning feeling refreshed and ready to start a new chapter in her life. She knew that she had made mistakes in the past, but she was determined to do better this time around. She started going to therapy to work on herself and also joined a support group for women who had been through similar situations like hers. She reached out to old friends and family members who she hadn't spoken to in years, and slowly but surely, she began to heal. Meanwhile, the cat was living the best years of his life with his new girlfriend. They traveled the world together and had lots of fun. He also continued to work hard on his businesses and helped as many people as possible. But something was missing from his life. He couldn't shake this feeling that there was someone out there for him. One day, he saw an ad on TV for a dating website and decided to give it a try. He filled out his profile and uploaded some photos. He wasn't sure if this would work, but he was willing to try anything to find love again. Not long after he signed up, he started receiving messages from other users. At first, he was hesitant, but then he began to feel hopeful again. He started chatting with a woman named Luna. They talked for hours on end, and he felt like he had known her forever. He asked her out on a date, and she said yes. When they met in person, it was like magic. They hit it off immediately, and he knew that she was the one. He proposed to her a few months later, and she accepted. They had a beautiful wedding ceremony and danced the night away with their closest friends and family. Luna was everything that he had ever dreamed of in a wife. She was beautiful, intelligent, and kind. They started planning their future together and couldn't wait to start a family. One day, Luna came up to him and said, "I am pregnant." He was shocked and overjoyed. "Are you sure?" he asked. "Yes," she replied with a big smile on her face. "We are going to have a baby." He hugged her tightly and thanked God for giving him a second chance at happiness. 9 months later, their baby was born. It was a boy, and they named him Lucky. The whole family was overjoyed and couldn't wait to start raising their son together. As he watched his son grow up, he couldn't help but feel grateful for everything that he had. He had a wonderful wife, a beautiful home, and a son who was the center of their universe. He knew that he had made mistakes in the past, but he was grateful for the opportunity to make things right. He was no longer the skinny, weak kitty cat that had been rejected by his first wife. He was strong, successful, and confident. And most importantly, he was loved. The moral of the story is that no matter how bad things may seem, never give up. Keep trying, and eventually you will succeed. Also, always remember to be kind to others, because you never know when your paths may cross again.